Hey guys, this is Red Silvers, and welcome back to Let's Play The Guardian Legend. I went ahead and went back to the Corridor 12 screen, off screen, just to save time on the video. We're going to go ahead and continue further into Area 2. Our goal this time is going to be to get all of the items that we can get in Area 2 before heading to the final corridor of this area, which is required to progress in the game. Now we're actually going to ignore this arrow for a moment and head off in this direction for boss time. This is the blue crab boss. I'm using the fireball weapon to do some extra damage against him. And he's easily the first thing that we want to take on in this area. And he did kind of wail on me, but the reward is a gun upgrade, which will make our shots do more damage. So totally worth coming here and being wailed on. There's a room down to the south there, but I'm going to save that for the next video. Let's see if we can get our health back. This gun's now going to make most of the enemies here fairly easy to handle. Those tracker guys on this screen are probably the worst of it. And you'll notice that the spiders have this, or the slimes rather, have this odd trick where they go off one side of the screen and come back on the other. But with the gun upgrade, stuff's going to go down really quick. It's a very big help. Here we have our second rapid fire item. What that does is kind of slightly increase my firing rate. It's not very noticeable, which is why I couldn't remember what it was last time. And as you can see, the Pineapple Man just goes down really quick with this upgrade, as well as those red trackers. Down here we have a shop. However, it's a little different because you have to pick one of the 3 items. Now, first of all, see that there is another rapid fire, there's a heart, and then there's a sub-weapon, in this case the bullet shield. Now, the heart is not worth it. Even if you're hard up on health, there's better ways to refill your health than buying a heart. The bullet shield weapon you can actually get more of later. So we're going to go ahead and get the next rapid fire shot, which unfortunately is going to take up all of our ammunition right now. Let's run from the Pineapple Man and get a better vantage shot on him. Even without our upgraded shot, you can see we do quite a bit of damage. This red wall acts as a divider. And we have the spider enemy again, but he goes down really quick. Hopefully I can get some chips really quickly here. Over this way. Come on, don't troll me, game. Give me some chips. I want to get chips before I do too much in this screen. That leads to the entrance to Corridor 2, which is where we're going to be heading in the next video, once we get fully powered up. Being a plot-required corridor, it is locked, so we will need the code or trick to unlock it as well. Come on, give me a red chip. Excellent. That's just what I needed. We can just deal with the Oreo cookie troll here. Very nice. Here we have a blue lander that's going to increase our hit points to 12 units of health and top us off to boot. Pineapple Man goes down quick. And a little top off there. I'm still using the fireball weapon because there is another boss that I'm going to want to use it against. Right here, in fact. Here we have our second blue tracker. This one's not quite as fast as the one that we fought in Area 1. It's more like the green one we fought at the beginning of the game. And he goes down pretty quickly. For defeating him, we get a red lander. And that's going to increase our chips to 200. And with our chips above 200, we now fire a wider shot. So that's pretty useful. It's going to make upcoming areas much more manageable. The only downside being that the moment that we use a sub-weapon, we will lose that wider shot. And I'm just kind of topping off here. I don't know why. I guess it's a way to test my shot and see how manageable this wider weapon is dealing with those guys. And the answer was not as much as I would have liked. But you can see against some of these random enemies how much having the wider shot is making a huge difference. And it's a very noticeable upgrade. It does not go through the dark red and green pyramids, however. Someone mentioned to me that they were surprised when I actually fired diagonally in one of my videos. And yes, that is a thing that happens. So with that, all of Area 2 has been explored, other than the corridor and the room that tells us the secret. So I'm really just kind of showing off my new bullet and gun configuration as I work my way back to the save point, where we will save, get our password, and call it a video. Next time I will probably meet you back in the Corridor 12 room again at the beginning, just to speed the process along again. Full heal when I'm fully healed. Thanks, game. You can see this wider shot is making these enemies a lot easier to deal with. I'm kind of curious just how hard the green Optimon would be if you waited to do Corridor 11 until after you got this firepower. Imagine that he would go down a lot quicker. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and get our password. And I mentioned last time how having this password helps me out if anything happens, and it's hilarious that I mentioned that in the last video, because as soon as I finished recording, I closed the emulator and realized I'd forgotten the save state. So, having the password came into play immediately after I said that it would be useful. But for now, that's going to call it a video, so this has been Red Silvers. Have yourself a good night.